Oh my goodness, Andrew. I swear, sometimes I feel like I've studied English for 5 years, and I still just freeze when a native speaker talks to me. Especially when they speak fast. My brain just turns into mush.
Emma, I hear you. And let me tell you, that feeling? That absolute panic when someone is speaking, and you lose the thread completely? That is probably one of the most common struggles for English learners, especially here on SpeakCast English. It's not just you, believe me.
Really? Because sometimes I feel so stupid. Like, I understand the words individually, but when they all come together, fast, in a sentence, it's like a waterfall of sounds and I miss the whole point. And then I just nod. I nod like a crazy person and pretend I understood everything. Exactly. It's never like the textbooks. Last week, my colleague, Sarah, she was telling me about a new project. She was so excited, talking really fast, and she kept using this phrase. I think it was, hit the ground running. I had no idea what it meant. And I just kept nodding, smiling, and inside my head, I was screaming, what does hit the ground running mean?
Hit the ground running. A great idiom, but definitely one that can trip you up if you haven't heard it before. So what happened? Did you ever figure it out?
Well, I went home and looked it up, of course. It means to start something immediately and effectively. But in the moment, I just felt so lost. And then she asked me a question, like, so, what do you think about hitting the ground running on this? And I just mumbled something like, yes, good. Very good. It was so embarrassing. I just wanted the ground to swallow me whole.
Oh, Emma, I can absolutely picture that. That feeling of being put on the spot, and your brain just goes blank. It's like your mouth physically can't form the words to ask for clarification, even though you desperately want to.
Yes. It's like my tongue gets stuck. Or my throat closes up. And I think, oh, if I ask, they will think I'm not good at English. They will think I'm stupid. Or maybe they will get annoyed and have to repeat everything. So I suffer in silence.
Here's the thing, Emma. Most people don't realize that this isn't just an English problem. Even native speakers misunderstand each other all the time. We ask for clarification. We say, sorry, what was that? Or, could you explain that a bit more? It's a completely normal part of communication.
Really? Even native speakers? I always thought it was just me because I'm not fluent.
Absolutely. Think about it. Sometimes people mumble, or there's background noise, or they use jargon you're not familiar with, even in your own language. It happens. The difference is, as a native speaker, you don't have that extra layer of anxiety or fear of judgment. You just ask.
That's a good point. I never thought about it like that. It's not just about the English, it's about my fear of looking bad.
Exactly. And that fear, that's the real barrier. It's not your English level. Your B1 level is solid, Emma. You can understand a lot. But that fear paralyzes you. It stops you from using the tools you already have.
So what do I do? What can I say when my brain just stops working? Because, what? Feels so rude. And, can you repeat? Also feels a bit demanding. I want to be polite, but I also need to understand.
That's a fantastic question, Emma. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. We're going to talk about honest, polite, and really effective phrases you can use when you're lost in a conversation. And the secret is, these aren't just phrases. They're also mindset shifts.
Mindset shifts? Tell me more. Because I really need to shift something in my head.
Okay, so let's start with the most basic situation. Someone says something, and you just didn't catch it at all. Maybe they spoke too fast, or too quietly, or there was a sudden noise. Your first instinct might be to just say, what? Or, huh? But you're right, that can sound a bit abrupt.
Yes, it feels very direct, almost like an accusation. Like, why are you mumbling?
Precisely. So, our first technique, or mindset shift, is what I call the soft request for repetition. It's about being polite and taking responsibility for the misunderstanding, even if it wasn't your fault.
Taking responsibility? Even if they spoke too fast?
Yes, because it changes the tone. Instead of, you spoke too fast, it becomes, I didn't catch that. It's a subtle but powerful difference. It shows you're engaged and you want to understand.
Okay, so what's an example of a soft request for repetition?
The simplest, most universally accepted phrase is, "Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again, please?"
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again, please? It sounds polite. But, is it really okay to say, I didn't catch that?
Absolutely. It's a very natural, idiomatic way to say you didn't hear or understand something. Let me tell you a quick story about why this works. I was once at a conference, and the speaker had a very strong accent that I wasn't used to. I'm a native English speaker, but I was struggling to understand some of his key points. I could have just sat there and nodded, but I knew I'd miss important information.
So what did you do?
During the Q&A, someone asked a question, and the speaker answered, but I still couldn't quite get the specific detail he mentioned. So, when it was my turn, I said, "Excuse me, I apologize, but I just wanted to clarify something from your previous answer. You mentioned, part 1 understood, but I just didn't quite catch the specific name or term you used right after that. Could you possibly say that part again for me?"
Wow, that's very detailed.
It is. And the speaker was so appreciative. He smiled, he repeated the term slowly, and he even elaborated a little more. He didn't think I was stupid. He saw I was genuinely interested in trying to engage. That's the power of taking responsibility and being polite. It's not about your English, it's about effective communication.
So it's about showing that you are listening, but just need a little help.
Exactly. So, let's try a shadowing moment for our listeners and for you, Emma. I'll say the phrase slowly, then you repeat it, and then we'll invite everyone listening to say it with us. Slowly and clearly, "Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again, please?"
Repeating slowly, "Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again, please?"
Excellent, Emma. And now, for everyone listening, try saying that out loud with us. "Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again, please?" Practice that feeling of politeness.
It feels better than just, "What?" for sure. But what if I understood some words, but not the asterisk whole sentence? Like with Sarah and hit the ground running. I understood hit and ground and running, but not the meaning together.
That's a perfect lead into our second technique, which is the specific clarification. This is when you know what you missed, or at least you can identify the part that confused you. Instead of asking for the whole sentence or idea to be repeated, you pinpoint the problem.
Pinpoint the problem? How do I do that if I don't even know what the problem is, really? Just that I don't understand the meaning?
Good question. The goal here is to be as specific as you can, even if it's just pointing to a word or a phrase. This shows the other person you were listening, and you're not asking them to repeat everything just because you weren't paying attention. It helps them help you more efficiently.
So instead of, "Can you repeat the whole sentence about the project?" I would say,
You could say something like, "Sorry, I understood project and running, but I'm not sure what hit the ground running means. Could you explain that phrase?" Or if it was just one word, "Sorry, I didn't quite get that last word. Did you say launch or lunch?"
"Oh, that's smart. Because then they know exactly what to explain. But what if I miss a lot of words, not just one phrase? What if the whole middle part of a long sentence just goes over my head?"
That's a very common scenario. In that case, you can be honest about the scope of what you missed. You could say, "I caught the beginning about the meeting, and the end about the deadline, but I missed the instructions in the middle. Could you briefly go over the steps again?" This still shows you were listening to the overall context.
So it's about giving them as much information as possible about what I did understand, so they can focus on what I didn't.
Exactly. It's a collaborative effort. Let me tell you another story. I was traveling in a small village in Italy once, and my Italian is, well, very basic. I was asking for directions to the train station. The person I asked spoke very quickly, and I caught, "Giri a sinistra," turn left, and "stazione," station, but there was a whole string of words in between that I just couldn't process.
So you knew, turn left, and station, but not how or when to turn left.
Precisely. So, I used this technique. I said, in my broken Italian, "Scusa, I understand left and station, but I don't understand when or where to turn left. Can you show me with your hands?" I pointed down the street.
Oh, using gestures is a good idea too.
Absolutely. And the person immediately understood my problem. They didn't get annoyed. They pointed down the road, showed me with their fingers how many blocks, and repeated the crucial part slowly. I got to the station, no problem. The key was that I didn't just say, "Non capisco," I don't understand, for everything. I showed them what I did understand.
That makes a lot of sense. It feels less overwhelming for them too, right? They don't have to start from zero.
Exactly. It's about breaking down the communication barrier into smaller, manageable pieces. So, let's try another shadowing moment for this. This one is a bit longer, so take your time. Slowly and clearly, "Sorry, I understood this part, but I'm not sure about that phrase, word. Could you explain what you mean?"
Repeating slowly, "Sorry, I understood this part, but I'm not sure about that phrase, word. Could you explain what you mean?"
Fantastic, Emma. And for everyone listening, try to fill in those brackets with something real, something you've actually missed before. Practice saying, "Sorry, I understood the first part, but I'm not sure about the last word. Could you explain what you mean?" It builds confidence.
Okay, I think I could try that. It feels more active, like I'm part of the conversation, not just a passive listener.
You've hit on something really important there, Emma. That brings us to our third, and perhaps most powerful, technique. The paraphrase and confirm. This is where you actively show you've understood by rephrasing what you think you heard in your own words, and then asking for confirmation.
Oh, this sounds a bit scary. What if I rephrase it completely wrong? Then they'll really think I'm confused.
Laughs gently. That's a very natural fear, but it's actually the opposite. Here's why this technique is so effective. It proves you're engaged, you're trying, and you're taking ownership of the understanding. If you get it slightly wrong, it's a perfect opportunity for them to gently correct you, and then you'll understand it even better.
So, it's like, I'm testing my understanding?
Precisely. You're saying, "Is this what you mean?" And they can say, "Yes, exactly," or "Not quite, what I meant was." This avoids bigger misunderstandings down the line. Most people don't realize that pretending to understand often leads to bigger problems than admitting you're a little lost.
That's true. Like my Sarah story. I just nodded, and now I'm still not 100% sure what I'm supposed to do with the hit the ground running part of the project.
Exactly. So, a great phrase for this technique is, "So, if I understand correctly, you're saying, you're understanding." Or, even simpler, "Do you mean, you're understanding?"
So, if I understand correctly, you're saying we need to start the project immediately?
Perfect. And then Sarah can say, "Yes, that's right," or, "Well, not immediately, but we need to prepare everything to start quickly next week." Either way, you get clarity.
That's actually really good. It forces me to process what they said and put it into my own words. It's like a mini quiz for my brain.
It is. And it's a sign of a really good communicator, even in your native language. People appreciate it when you make sure you're on the same page. Let me give you another real-life example. I was once working on a team project, and our manager gave us a lot of instructions. I thought I had understood everything, but one part felt a little vague about who was responsible for the final report.
So you didn't just assume?
No, because assuming can lead to work being duplicated or, worse, not done at all. So, after he finished speaking, I said, "Just to make sure I've got this right, Mark, my understanding is that I'm responsible for collecting all the data, but you'll be putting together the final presentation based on that data, correct?"
And what did he say?
He paused for a second and said, "Almost. You're collecting the data, and I'll be reviewing the presentation, but Sarah is actually designing the final slides." If I hadn't asked, I might have spent hours trying to design slides that Sarah was already doing, or vice versa. It saved time and prevented confusion.
Wow, so it's not just about understanding English, it's about good communication in general.
100%. These techniques are universal communication skills, just adapted for when you're speaking a language that isn't your first. They show respect, engagement, and a genuine desire to connect.
That makes me feel much better about using them. It's not about admitting I'm bad at English, it's about being a good communicator.
Exactly. It's empowering. It puts you back in control of the conversation, instead of just passively nodding and hoping for the best.
Okay, I really like this one. Paraphrase and confirm. I think I need to practice this.
Fantastic. Let's do a shadowing moment for this crucial phrase. Slowly and clearly. So, if I understand correctly, you're saying, you're understanding.
Repeating slowly. So, if I understand correctly, you're saying, my understanding.
Beautiful. And for all our amazing listeners out there, try that phrase out. Think of something you heard recently and try to rephrase it. So, if I understand correctly, you're saying, you're understanding.
This is really helpful, Andrew. I feel like I have some actual tools now, not just panic.
That's the goal, Emma. To replace that panic with practical strategies. And remember, the more you use these phrases, the more natural they'll feel. It's like building a muscle.
Okay, so if I have to pick just one thing to try this week, one of these phrases, I think I'm going to try the soft request for repetition first. Just to get comfortable with asking for something to be repeated. Like, sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again, please? It feels the least scary for me right now. Oh, ordering coffee is a good one. Sometimes they mumble the size or the type of milk.
Exactly. Start small. Don't wait for a huge, important work meeting. Just try it out in a low-stakes situation. And observe how the other person reacts. I promise you, they will appreciate your effort to communicate clearly.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to stop the nodding strategy.
That's the spirit. So, to recap quickly for everyone. First, don't be afraid to ask for repetition politely with a soft request. Second, try to be specific about what you missed with a specific clarification. And third, actively check your understanding by paraphrasing and confirming. These aren't just English phrases, they're universal communication superpowers.
Superpowers. I like that.
And we want to hear from you. What situation makes you freeze the most in English? Is it fast talkers, specific accents, or maybe group conversations? Let us know in the comments below. We read every single one.
Yes, tell us your pain points. We want to help. And join us next time for more tips and tricks to speak English with confidence. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode. Alright, that's a wrap for today. Seriously though, which part of this felt most real to you?
Drop your answer in the comments. And if this helped you, like this video and subscribe. We post new episodes every single day.
This has been SpeakCast English. Thanks for listening. Keep practicing, keep pushing, and we'll see you in the next one.